Dude, you are so sad, man. Suck my dick, chat. I made it. No, you didn't. Like, you definitely didn't make anything.
Turn now to politics.
Calm down,
Who
brother.
is simply the best in that category, and does love have anything to do with it? We're talking about the presidential campaign of Governor Ron Desantis of Florida. It is now official. He opened his run for the White House with a Twitter video last night. That part pretty traditional, but it was followed by an online event with Twitter CEO Elon Musk, and that was plagued by technical issues. It led to mockery from other candidates, including President Biden and, no surprise here, former President Donald Trump. Robert Costa.
It's so good. I mean, this entire thing was so broken from the jump. And a lot of people, myself included, called it out from a mile away. One of the main problems was relying on Elon Musk, who is a notorious con man. Okay? You thought Elon Musk, owner of Twitter, which he bought for $44 billion, was going to be able to give you a entire platform without any sort of complications. Elon was just using you, Ron DeSantis, as a way to market his platform. Okay? That's what he was doing. For the most part, that's what he's trying to do. That's why he's doing the whole Tucker Carlson shit too. However, because he has fired half of the workforce and the people that actually, hold this thing together, the audio only Ron DeSantis press release on his announcement failed spectacularly, and everyone with 3.5 brain cells saw it from a mile away. Okay? That's it. Twitter has always failed for video. Twitter has always failed for spaces. It was so obvious that it was going to fail. And you're an absolute dumbass for, one, trying to do this gimmick to begin with. This idea that, like, I'm going to do my release on Twitter Spaces instead of Fox News, or instead of a TV show, or instead of, like, having it televised from, like, a physical place where there's, like, an entire audience here. Okay? What is this? You try to do this fucking stupid gimmick, and it failed spectacularly. It was, of course, going to fail. It was slated to fail. The audio in and of itself, and the audio quality in and of itself, was already absolutely disastrous, even when it did work. Okay? And the reality is that it never really fully worked anyway. David Sachs explaining to Laura Ingraham what happened. I love that. And now they're licking their wounds, and because the broader audience is really fucking stupid, they'll also kind of go along with it. But I think that people are cognizant of the reality that there are a bunch of websites that actually work normally, right? That would have been able to hold a much, much larger audience with no problems. I mean, it was a spectacular failure. We came in, I clicked in on it at like 60,000 watchers to the space. The number started shooting up. It got all the way up to, I believe, like 600,000. In the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, there was no audio. And when there was actually audio, it was just like Elon Musk hot micing, talking about the servers are, I think, blown up. What's going on? They're blowing up the servers. Or Elon Musk not muting himself, sitting across from fucking David Sachs, who was supposed to be the host of the show this time around. And hearing double audio and mic feedback. It was just a major disaster. And it was a very expected major disaster. And now They're trying to turn this disaster into a positive thing by saying we broke the internet. No, man, you broke a broken product. It was a case of double failure. It was a case of double failure. What do I mean by this? It was a failure because it exposed that Twitter is being held together by ticker tape, and it is not a platform that you can utilize for audio and video. It exposed that Elon Musk is a fucking gigantic idiot for thinking that he could be able to pull this off. Something that many other platforms like YouTube and Twitch do on a daily basis with video and audio. I mean, fuck it. Kick would have done a better job. Okay? Kick could have done that. That's where Ron DeSantis should have announced it, on Kick. Jeff Bezos got Twitch for $970 million. Musk paid $44 billion for Twitter. Dumbest billionaire. Oh, 100%. And it also exposed that Ron DeSantis was a fucking idiot too for trusting Elon Musk and for even thinking that like a Twitter release for a Twitter announcement would actually be anything but a gimmick. Because even if this worked flawlessly, even if this campaign announcement worked flawlessly, it still would have been an abject failure because it was on Twitter. There's a reason why people follow old school principles in a lot of instances. Like, I'm no fan of legacy media, but I often will be the first to admit that legacy media still has the power to consolidate viewership due to how limited the number of TV stations that exist. TV stations also have a built-in audience. Spaces are multi-directional streams. Twitch is unidirectional. The architecture is surely fucked, and they just needed unidirectional streaming. Lol. Yeah, but that is back-end tech shit. If your goal is to reach the broadest audience possible as a presidential campaign announcement, it doesn't matter if you're doing it on fucking radio. It doesn't matter if you're doing it on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're doing it on TV. Your goal is to reach as many eyeballs successfully. Okay? That's your goal. And they failed dramatically, spectacularly. They couldn't even broadcast this to 600,000 viewers. It bricked at like 400K. That is laughable for anyone who understands the internet, okay? You can fucking do the unidirectional, multi-directional, or all this other like tech cope you want. Radio has been successfully broadcasting to hundreds of millions of concurrent listeners since 1885, okay, or 1895, whenever the fuck radio was invented. Get the fuck out of here. Trying to turn this around and make it seem as though this is somehow unique is so stupid. It was not the biggest event that anyone has ever seen online. Maybe it was the biggest failure in launching political campaigns. That much I will agree to. But it was completely idiotic to see it as anything but an abject failure. But there are a lot of idiots out there. A lot of them are David Sachs fans. A lot of those idiots are Elon Musk fans. And maybe some of them are Ron DeSantis fans as well.
There's really never been a mechanism before where someone could address the nation, or anyone who wanted to listen to them could.
Exactly. I mean, I made this joke and people got so mad at me. If you want to see like blue checkmark cope to the max, I made this joke at the time when it was happening. I said Elon Musk broke the internet. Meanwhile, this shit broadcasts audio to hundreds of millions daily since 1895. Multicast versus unicast back comparison. Stream to that then. I doubt very much in 2033 the amount of people listening to broadcast radio on a daily basis would number in the hundreds of millions. I might be wrong, but I don't think the radio was connected to a server that generated traffic by hundreds of millions of users. I didn't know radio was powered through internet. No one really listens to that anymore. Like, brother, are you fucking stupid? Are you this stupid? Ultimately, you're a listener, okay? You're not the tech guy. The goal for a presidential announcement is to reach as many people as possible. And they failed to do that. Ron DeSantis, if he was willing and able to do audio-only release, he could have just gone to radio. But even on the internet, there are plenty of examples of broadcasting to hundreds of millions of people daily. Not hundreds of millions, but at least like tens of millions, multiple tens of millions. Okay? You got Twitch, you got YouTube, you got Kick, you got Rumble, you got fucking Getter. You have so many platforms. If you want to look at audio and video that have been able to do this successfully, time and time again, you got Facebook, you got TikTok. It's fucking ludicrous to look at such a dramatic failure and think, nah, this is actually fire. This means something positive, as a matter of fact. This doesn't mean something negative. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. And when you're saying that about another man too. Another man's product, another man who doesn't care about you, and he keeps selling you fucking bullshit snake oil. It's so stupid.
Is in Miami covering the campaign for us. It was billed as a great American comeback. Those are the words of Ron DeSantis, and you can set your clock by it, but you could not set your clock by that Twitter event. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Some DeSantis allies, they were disappointed by the technical glitches, but they say the governor will be plowing ahead, underscoring his conservative credentials. And all of this scrutiny and the criticism, it is a reminder of just how rough the waters are going to be in this campaign.
I'm Ron DeSantis, and I'm running for president to lead our great American comeback.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis posted a video making it official. But his launch with Elon Musk on Twitter didn't go as smoothly.
We've got just a massive number of people online, so it's servers are straining somewhat.
It was marked by technical difficulties when the site kept crashing.
So I think we're back online here.
And after a 20-minute delay.
If you nominate me, you can set your clock to January 20th, 2025 at high noon, because on the west side of the U.S. Capitol, I will be taking the oath of office as the 47th president of the United States. It did break the Twitter space, and so we're really excited with the enthusiasm.
His rivals were quick to pounce. On Truth Social, former President Trump called the launch a disaster, and President Biden tweeted a link to his fundraising site, noting this link works. On Twitter, a spokesman for the campaign said DeSantis literally busted up the internet. Washington is next, claiming he raised more than $1 million in the first hour. But DeSantis has a lot of ground to make up. In a new poll, Trump is dominating the Republican field with 53% support from likely GOP primary voters. DeSantis trails with 26%.
DeSantis was saved by the endorsement of President Trump.
The Trump campaign also attacked DeSantis in new ads, showing how DeSantis previously supported the former president.
Isn't it time DeSantis remembers how he got to where he is?
Other candidates in the crowded GOP field took on DeSantis, one saying he is imitating his former supporter turned rival.
The way he speaks, the way his hand gestures are, the fact that he's moved his policies, all of it's...
No, you were right. Estimated 3 billion people listen to radio at least once a week just a couple years ago. Yeah, radio still has like a tremendous amount of reach that a lot of people forget. As a matter of fact, you know who shouldn't forget that radio has a tremendous amount of reach? Right-wingers, because they literally still consume radio content. A lot of people don't realize this, but like Alex Jones, Rush Limbaugh, rest in piss, and even Glenn Beck are major players in the conservative talk space, which absolutely still very much is viable and exists, and people make money off of it too. Yeah. America's car-reliant infrastructure has created a viable avenue, a viable medium. It's so crazy to me that these people forget that, like the top of the hour ad break, which has created a viable space for all of the subscribed watchers of the HasanAbi broadcast to avoid the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of every hour. It's 3 minutes long. Okay? And if you no longer want to see those ads, like I said, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Orphic Dionysus, thank you for the 5 gifted. Nestor Perez, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Yeah, the notion that like this broke anything other than like showed how broken Twitter is in general is silly.
Copying Trump.
DeSantis.
I love that even Nikki Haley is owning the shit out of Ron DeSantis by saying he's just trying to be Trump.
Advisors say many Republicans like Trump, but are also craving a Republican alternative, a conservative who can really win the nomination and be from a new generation. But the spotlight only gets brighter from here, and those Trump attacks will likely pick up speed. Tony?
Yeah, and Governor DeSantis taking a shot at Donald Trump, saying governing is not about entertainment, it's about results. We'll see what the voters think. Bob, thank you very much.
That glitchy announcement is just the latest in a series of issues.
Bro, Ron DeSantis can only make like light jabs at Donald Trump. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is like implying that he's a fucking pedophile and shit. It's awesome. Ron DeSantis is only a notable figure in the national Republican movement or the Republican Party in the audiences in general, is because of how much he has tailored himself around Trump, how much he has tried to make himself basically Donald Trump. Okay? DeSantis's bio on his campaign website is a 404 page not found. This entire campaign is literally on fire. They got $87 million originally, and they can't even fucking redirect it back into their own direct campaign coffers, and instead have to utilize super PACs, which of course are not connected to the campaign, which is part of the reason why they have to like keep farming donors. Ron DeSantis' entire campaign is supposed to be super PAC funded, which is a bit unique for a national, which is a little bit unique in this day and age. I guess it's going to be more commonplace in the future, but it basically says like, oh, we are not going to get individual donors. We're most likely going to get just corporate donors and wealthy mega donors to like float this campaign through and through. So that's part of the reason why when you don't have like direct campaign funds, you can't hire people. And if you can't hire people to do this kind of shit, ultimately it's going to be a major failure. That's why you're seeing a lot of these issues, for the record. They want to do this on the cheap because I don't think they have a lot of money individually. Everything is in 501c4s. Everything is in super PACs. And super PACs can't directly build and design your website. They can only technically defend you and help you with things that you care about, with issues that you care about, and support you that way. But they can't like literally hire coders to like design your website. You know what I mean? Which is part of the reason why they're having this issue. So although he has actually raised $87 million so far, he can't even fucking use it, technically, because it's on his governor PAC. And you can't translate those funds directly into the campaign, so you can't use it. So you have to use a Squarespace as website for the record, for the time being, until you actually end up, raising some funds for yourself. So that's where we're at with Ron DeSantis' campaign. They're trying to go along with the whole, like, we broke Twitter. It's like, that's so dumb. You're literally owning the fucking guy that you were trying to take advantage of to get this, like, gimmick off. And it only shows you on the DeSantis site, there's a scrolling bar of names who was just donated. However, it's just a scrolling list of the same names repeating. Wait, what? There are two names. The two of the names are Michael. Whitney H is probably just a reference to Whitney Houston. Whitney H is still up there with 104. Some new names are also in, but it's suspicious that the API might be recycling a random set now. Wait, what? It's all hard-coded in. None of those names are real. Oh, they're looping names to make it seem like a lot of people are actually donating when no one is donating. No, I know it's the HTML code. They're checking it using inspect element. I got that. And it seems like they have names on the ticker that's constantly flying by just to make it seem like that would be illegal, okay? That is quite literally illegal. I would go to jail. For those of you who don't know, that what this ticker is showing is illegal. That is a crime, Chad. How? What do you mean how? You can't donate as an individual to an individual campaign more than like the maximum donation limit. What are you, crazy? You can donate to a super PAC. I always knew I was a big DeSantis guy. Fuck, I'm outed as a big DeSantis guy. I noticed that last night, and a lot of donations were the same amount of money with a decimal in a different spot. Anyway, didn't Dinesh D'Souza do exactly that? No, Dinesh D'Souza did straw donations. He maxed out to his friend's campaign, who, by the way, lost by like 75% for the record, which makes it even funnier. And then he did what is known as straw donations. So he gave money, hard cash, to other people in his circle, okay, and got them to donate to the candidate of his choosing instead of just like operating a 501c4. He was just so fucking stupid that he went to jail. He got caught and went to jail for campaign finance violations, which is like, it's legal. It's the most legal thing you can do in America. You know what I mean? It's very stupid. Anyway. Yeah, it's not only less effective, it's also illegal. So I don't know why the fuck he just didn't do the thing that you're supposed to do. Anyway, regardless, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to little Rhonda and his failure of a fucking campaign, his failure to launch, and how it exposed a lot of how bad Elon Musk's website is. Here are some other people dunking on it. Let's take a look. Morning Joe basically fucking ripped a new asshole into little Rhonda's failure to launch.
That's Governor Ron DeSantis touting the number of people who tuned in to his
little Rhonda
presidential announcement yesterday on Twitter. Of course, the numbers didn't come close to how many people streamed April the giraffe giving birth.
That's a big one.
Okay.
That was huge.
Nor when AOC played a video game on Twitch.
Don't.
And also,
well,
guys,
but I mean, that was important.
Right.
You know?
BuzzFeed drew an audience of 800,000 when they blew up a watermelon.
That was cool. I do remember.
Yeah. So,
yeah, you had to
good.
watch that. That's like, where were you when the Red Sox beat the Yankees? Yes.
Yeah.
Stop it. Why?
I'm just confused, though. This didn't even have video. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Really, seriously. I mean, were there people saying this is going to be a moment to remember? Like, this is going to...
But... like for instance, Drake playing Fortnite, Willie. I mean,
I was looking at that list. Who came up with that list? It's a very specific video game interest and Ronaldo recording himself in the sauna.
Take a shot of the control room.
I'd like to speak to the staff.
Yeah, let's take a look at these people.
Alex,
it's not even Friday.
It peaked at 300K, which doesn't break the first page in relation to top Twitch streams. Yeah. I mean, I have peaked at like what, 270K, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 250K, something like that. The fact that like, you know, the fact that like my peak of concurrent viewership is like close to Ron DeSantis on Twitter, who's using the entire fucking website, the entire website of Twitter to his advantage here, is crazy. Okay. And nobody thought anybody was breaking the fucking internet at that point. It was 1/6. No, it was January 6th, yeah. The insurrection. Cutie, has Cutie been reached out yet for any other politician? She peaked over 500K. Yeah. So ridiculous that this shit happened. But totally expected. It just blows my mind that these guys are still, that they're still fucking going off of this shit. CNN's town hall with Trump averaged 3.3 million concurrent viewers. Concurrent viewers are not equal to total viewers. They measure different things. Twitter's stream crashed with just a few 100,000 concurrent listeners. Ultimately, when it was working, it had 200K. Exactly. More liberal propaganda. Yeah, these people are just going to always go, la, 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 I can't hear you. I'm too stupid to understand what you're saying. But there are people who should be a little bit smarter, like David Sachs is a fucking dumbass, but at least he should be smart enough to know that this was an abject failure. But because he can't take Elon Musk's dick out of his fucking mouth but to talk, he's going to, of course, try to turn this situation, which is an abject failure, I have to mention this again, into a positive somehow.
Joining me now.
And the positive is what? That Twitter is incapable of hosting something that like every other fucking video and audio platform is capable of doing.
Exclusively is the man who moderated DeSantis' 2024 launch tonight on Twitter, David Sachs. He's also the partner at Craft Ventures and co-host of the All In podcast, a big entrepreneur. David, great to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Now, we're going to get to Governor DeSantis' vision, especially like ripping apart the bureaucracy in a moment. But the question on everyone's mind, including my daughters tonight, is what happened? I mean, you handled it so well, much better than I would have. But what happened at the top?
Well, what happened at the top, Laura, is just we had 1 million people simultaneously trying to get into a Twitter space, which is an online room.
No, you didn't.
And, I mean, DeSantis just melted the servers. We had so much interest.
No, you didn't. And it doesn't even matter. Even if it was 1 million people, the fact that you can't handle 1 million people watching is insane. How does anybody listen to this and go, wait a minute, that's like really fucking stupid? People do this all the time. Like, people do this all the fucking time. I'm so confused. Like, this shit happens on YouTube all the fucking time. This was hilarious. Everyone, wow, he shit his pants. Elon, yes, but everybody saw it. New York Times calls DeSantis announcement a fiasco. NBC News calls it a meltdown. The Washington Post calls it awkward. Politico calls it horrendous. I call it massive attention. Top story on earth today. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix the brains of people who look to what Elon Musk said here and see it as a gigantic own. I don't know. I do think that this is indicative of how stupid a lot of people are. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think, unfortunately, people at this stage are too fucking stupid to save. Okay? Like, the notion that you can't do all press is good press when the press is literally saying your shit sucks, dog. Your shit fucking sucks. They've always been stupid, bro. I know, but like, this is so transparently, I don't know. It is such an obvious fucking failure. Like, Elon Musk basically pissed, shitted, and farted in his fucking doo-doo ass diapers in front of millions of fucking people. And he turned around and like laid around in that piss shit and fart and said, goo goo gaga, look, everyone's laughing at me, but at least people are laughing and they know who I am. What the fuck? And it's like, Elon is dumb and he's going to say this shit, right? That's fine. But how the fuck do people that still love him look to this and go, yeah, he's brilliant? I just don't understand it, and it hurts my soul. Like, people think like, oh, we're owning you, libtard, by fucking loving Elon Musk. And they don't realize that, like, I don't give a shit. You can love Elon Musk all you fucking want, okay? It just boggles my mind that you are still this fucking stupid that you cannot comprehend that this dude is a charlatan. I feel like I'm the crazy one when I see so many people express admiration for this guy who keeps fucking flubbing in the most public fashion. I don't know. I don't understand. If he succeeded to make the space not glitch, it would have still been seen as the top story of the day. Yeah, some of his dick riders were running the "it's a DDoS campaign" shit. Okay, they were saying it is a DDoS attack. I don't know. Twitch had 3.3 million and Twitter can't even do 100K. Yeah, it's just like such a demonstrable failure. I don't know. It's just that he still has money and people equate money to intelligence. That's it. It makes me sad, man. Maybe I shouldn't be, but
I mean, I got to hand it to him. Normally it takes a Kardashian to do that. So we just had so much interest. It took about 15 minutes. We've never had that level of scale before on Twitter.
I fucking hate these cretins, man. They're so fucking stupid. Like, they make me want to say ableist slurs. Like, that's how fucking stupid they are. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say it. Obviously, we don't do that here. We don't do that on the broadcast. But like, we need like a better word than stupid to describe a cretin like David Sachs. You know what I mean? Because stupid doesn't cut it. Idiot doesn't cut it. You know what I mean? Like, I need something more powerful. Obviously, we're not gonna be ableist, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. So weird. So fucking weird. Troglodyte? Ja, kaka out, mother. Oh, I will. What about Meanie Bobini? Someone said DeSantis' announcement sounded like a GTA radio show. I can't unsee it now.
I think the biggest room's been around 100,000. And so after about 15 minutes, we just moved the room to my account from Elon's account, and then it really worked perfectly. I think if your viewers want to go on Twitter, the recording is going viral right now. They're going to wonder what all the fuss is about, because once we got started, the audio was perfect, and I think
No, man. No one is going to wonder what the fuss is about, because everybody saw the fucking failure. Significantly more people saw the failure than they watched the fucking, second audio component. The audio component, like the fact that it was an audio only broadcast in and of itself is already stupid as fuck. You can't fucking dance around it and be like, nah, dog, this major fucking failure was actually really sick.
The governor
it was a big W.
Was totally unflappable. And I think one thing I learned about him from this is that once we did get started, and we were, about 15, 20 minutes late, there was no hint of anger or irritation on his part. He was in a great mood. He was, like I said, cool. And
wow, he did a good job of what? Fucking working through the massive fucking failure. Hey, dog, he's an idiot. Okay, he's dumb enough to think that like you and Elon Musk could have done a good job of doing a campaign announcement.
Unflappable. Really, I think made a great impression as someone who doesn't get thrown off his game very easily.
No, he certainly doesn't. And again, other people would have been really unhappy. This kind of thing has happened to me a lot, David, so I'm kind of laughing because I'm very empathetic when this kind of stuff happens. I'm glad it happens to Elon Musk because he's a lot smarter than a lot of people like me on technology. Let's talk about the economy, because that was one issue that I've mentioned this with Newt earlier. You probably missed it, but why wasn't more of a focus tonight on the issue, the number one issue that Americans say is bothering them, which is inflation, high prices, and the economy?
I mean, you're right. We should have had more questions on that. There's so many other questions that we could have gotten to, but the time just went by so fast. We only had about an hour. And, I wanted to give him time to first lay out his.
Another really funny part, now that we've talked about like the logistical failure of this launch, okay? I'm just trying to see where the ball is. Did she fucking lose it again? No shot. Where'd you put the ball, dummy? Where'd it go? Oh my God, she's so ridiculous. Now that we're done talking about the logistical failure, another part about this was so fucking stupid. They mostly spent the time glazing Elon Musk. And when they weren't glazing Elon Musk, they talk about Dogecoin and cryptocurrency and like other random podcaster related issues. Like, it was so bad.
And he did that at the top. And then we got into some of these controversies that have been surrounding him. I asked him about this NAACP travel advisory. I asked him about Disney. We asked him about the book bans, because there's a lot of people out in the country who have heard all these narratives from the mainstream media, and they've never heard directly from him on these issues. And so I wanted to give him the chance to respond to those things. And then, we talked about major issues like immigration. We talked about education. There were a lot of issues that we did talk about. I think it's fair. Maybe we should have talked more about the economy, but we also talked about, what a great, I think, economy the state of Florida has. And there's going to be opportunities for more of these town halls. So, we'll get to it next time.
David, can you give us a sense of the room? Because we were all dying to, like, were you guys together? Like, was Elon Musk even there? Was he in, Europe? Yeah. I mean, we didn't know where anybody was.
No. Elon and I were together in a conference room in Twitter headquarters, and there were a bunch of engineers gathered around us. And again, it's because we've never had an event like this on social media where you've got literally 1 million plus people trying to break down the doors to get into a Twitter space. And the only way to really test the scalability of a tech platform is you just get to that next level of scale. And so we had engineers there who were helping us out, and we just made the switch to my account. And then, like I said, it worked perfectly. But it was me and Elon sitting next to each other, and we tried using his phone, then we tried using my phone, and it worked out great. So Desantis was in, I think, Florida. And so this is the magic of a Twitter space, is that everyone can be in different places, no problem.
That was fun, because we had no idea where anyone was. We wanted photos of all of you, but, we got none of that. Really quickly, Ukraine was an issue that, I care about a lot, because, I'm kind of against all these wars of choice, and I think we're blowing a lot of money and not sure what we're going to get out of it in the end. But what about if DeSantis wins? What do you think is going to happen on that score?
Well, I'm 100% with you. I mean, I think Ukraine is a proxy war of choice. I don't think we should be in wars of choice. I think it's so dangerous to be in an escalatory spiral with Russia, which has thousands of nuclear weapons. What I've heard DeSantis say about this issue is that what's happening in Ukraine does not rise to the level of a vital American interest, and we should be trying to achieve a ceasefire. So, my take on it.
Why? Okay, Mom thinks it's time for her to poop. She's
is
bargaining.
that where DeSantis is that he would work to achieve a ceasefire as president, whereas my sense is that Biden just keeps trying to ratchet this up and escalate this thing. So I think I'm with you on this, Laura.
All right, David, we really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you must be exhausted. I hope you go have a tequila shot after that. That was fun. Come back soon. Thanks so much.
Fuck. Oh, anyway, so now that we talked about the logistical problems and we talked briefly about the content as well, which implies that it was going to be a failure even if it did work. Okay. It's crazy that he said there has never been an event like this on social media. I hope that like this opens the eyes of a lot of people who just, I don't know why, assume that these guys are smart for the sake of like other people saying that they're smart. Like I really hope that like, especially if you are, I don't know, like a person who has like a little bit of understanding of the internet, you look at this and you go, this is fucking ridiculous. What do you mean you broke the internet, you fucking idiot? Like you couldn't even, like it just only showed how much of a failure Twitter is and how a platform that is working with like half of its workforce is going to, of course, fail all the time. But instead, it seems like a lot of people are just on copium. I don't know. Please explain why Trump is right and Cuomo outperformed DeSantis on COVID. I'll wait. What do you mean? Cuomo outperformed DeSantis on COVID. I'll wait. What did he say? We get a Ben. You love Ron. Oh, Trump came out with this video. We're going to watch this. So Trump actually fucking did a lot. He's been doing the most over this. And we are, of course, going to look at some of those things. He's now attacking Ron DeSantis on COVID deaths. But before we do that, here's what Donald Trump said on Truth Social. This is a video that he posted. This is a real video that he posted. It's 2 minutes long.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Ron DeSantis Twitter space.
Hello? Is my microphone working correctly?
George, can you just wait while we...
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can all hear you, George. Can you just hold on for a second?
Hilfa, I don't think they can hear me.
I can hear you fine, George. Just speak to the
I don't think George knows how to use Twitter.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Can I please make my big announcement now? Everyone just...
Hello?
Just shut up, George.
Can somebody just mute George?
Dick, could you try not to cough on the...
Okay, so how are we going to take out Trump, you guys?
Guys from the FBI, this is not a private call. This is a public Twitter space. Everyone can listen in.
God damn it.
Anyway, guys, we invited everyone to this Twitter space so Governor Ron DeSantis could...
Everyone just shut the hell up so I can make my announcement, okay?
You go, girl.
Wait, the devil is gay?
So what? Everyone in this call is gay. I happen to know every single one of you has a secret gay lover hidden in your closet.
Guys, can we please just calm down?
So anyway, guys, I just wanted to announce that I'm...
Okay, I can hear the governor very well.
Shut up, would you please shut up already? I'm running for fucking president, okay?
Yeah, we kind of already knew about it.
Know, Governor.
Congratulations, Governor.
Well, that concludes our Twitter space for today. Thank you to all of our...
Hold your horses, Elon.
I love that, like, Trump's voice is AI as well. Like, obviously, he didn't make this. This is like a fan-made thing that he posted on his account, which is still crazy. But yeah, this part is
The real
awesome.
president is going to say a few words. The devil, I'm going to kick your ass very soon. Hitler, you're already dead. Dick Cheney sounds like you'll be joining Hitler very soon. Klaus Schwab and George Soros, I'm putting both your asses in jail. And Ron DeSanctimonious can kiss my big, beautiful 2024 presidential ass. Trump 2024, baby. Let's go.
Yeah,
Hi,
this is a
everyone.
real thing that the former president posted. Is that real, or did someone make that? It's a deep fake, but it's not really you in that call. But Trump really did post it on Truth Social. I think about the Trump fan who made that, Lamau. I don't want to think about that. Donald Trump posted this on his Truth Social account, which is why we need him back on Twitter. Like, I know that'll be helpful to Elon Musk, and it'll be helpful to his campaign in general, which probably not the best thing to do, honestly. You know, we're not in the business of like helping Trump out that much, but honestly, it's hard, man. It's hard. Not this would have fucking exploded on Twitter. It would have gone crazy. Anyway, But Trump hasn't stopped. He's been just fucking ripping into him. Let's see what Internet Hippo had to say. He says this is DeSantis versus Trump.
I'll take it from here, Gil. No, wait! No, you can't take my sale. My wife's gonna leave me if I don't start bringing in the green. Come on, let me have this one, Stan. I'm begging you. Look at me. I'm begging you, Stan. Let's go write this up, shall we?
Ay. It was just so pathetic. Here's Donald Trump also now hitting him on COVID deaths, which I think is like weird and odd because he was the president.
When the Ron DeSanctimonious facts come out, you will see that he's better than most Democrat governors, but very average at best compared to Republican governors who have done a fantastic job. How about the fact that he had the third most deaths of any state having to do with the China virus or COVID? Even Cuomo did better. He was number 4. He shut down everything, including the beaches. Other Republican governors didn't do that. They kept it open. It was their choice. I gave them all their choice. The Democrats blew it big. A lot of Republican governors did a fantastic job.
So this is actually a bad take for Trump because people only remember DeSanctimonious as the guy who kept Florida open. Also, you were the president. So that kind of doesn't make sense either. So, and you're defending Cuomo, which is crazy because he's like a villain for the Republicans. So I don't really get why he said that. Like this is actually kind of weak nuts if we're being real.
And look at Disney and what a mess it is. Could have worked out an easy settlement, but no, he wanted to show the fake news how tough a guy he is. He's not. And the whole Disney thing is really very unfortunate. Now thousands and thousands of jobs are being stopped.
You can say that. Now that's a good one. He can literally say that all day, every day. Disney, they might be gay, but they got money. And they're bringing Florida loads of it. Lots of tourism opportunities will be missed. Like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that works. That works for his audience. That works for a broader Republican audience.
And a lot of people are very upset about it. Thank you.
But yeah, it's just weird that he's like defending Cuomo, talking about COVID deaths. Like, what are you, a liberal, dude? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I'm kind of disappointed in Trump. As a supporter of Donald Trump, who loves what he has done, who is a firm believer in his ideology, who thinks he's the greatest to ever do it, this was a bit of a miss, okay?
Twitter after Elon Musk's takeover.
A bit of a miss, sir.
Musk seemed to blame the problem on the number of listeners.
We've got just a massive number of people online.
But critics say the number of listeners should not have been a problem for the audio-only format. So let's bring in ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous for more on this. Alexis, what do we know so far about what happened here?
Well, this was supposed to be a crowning moment for the billionaire Musk and his Twitter platform, sort of a political coming out, if you will. Instead, it was plagued by these technical glitches and in some ways really was something of an embarrassment for Musk. And it really exposed the platform's weaknesses. So we know that Musk is blaming the glitches on the fact that he says too many people were trying to access the platform at once. When that event started with DeSantis, about 600,000 people were trying to access that audio-only platform. And there were so many stops and starts that when they really got going, just about 275,000 people stuck around to listen to it. And you have to wonder, Diane, if some of these problems is because he just doesn't have enough people working on the platform right now. Remember, when he took it over back in the fall, he reduced his staff by 75%.
Now, Musk is clearly trying to do new things with Twitter. Hosting this announcement is just one of them. So what are his goals for the platform? What are you watching for?
You know, still to be seen. It's going to certainly be a very big year and a half for Musk and his Twitter platform. He's always referred to the platform as a town square, a place where he thinks.
It's crazy, man. It's almost like, yeah, when you fucking fire 75% of your staff, you know, you got to suffer the consequences of it. I don't know. I cannot understand how people square away Elon Musk's like genuine failures over and over again and just go, nah, he's still rich though. It's like, bro, but you're not. Like you're not him. You know, you have every capacity to look at the situation like a normal human being and not like a human being who's barely sentient with like the IQ of a fucking sea cucumber. Like, it doesn't, oh God, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's so stupid.
Thinks there could be an exchange of ideas and a politically neutral platform. But this event with DeSantis sort of undermines the claim of that impartiality. Critics are saying it looks like Musk is trying to mold the social platform into his own agendas. We know that he has aligned himself with some right-wing accounts in the past. So it's yet to be seen whether or not this is going to be the impartial platform during the 2024 presidential race that Musk is promising.
All right, Alexis Christoforous, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Like, if you want to understand how fucking stupid this was, not only is the news coverage more so focusing on how much of a failure this is, but also focusing on Elon Musk's individual failures here instead of Ron DeSantis. Understand something. Ron DeSantis's very own campaign, War Room, put out a fucking clip. Okay? Where the fuck is it? Does anyone have the clip? The War Room clip is the stupidest, worst fucking campaign footage I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. Okay? I'm not even kidding when I, like, brace yourself for the DeSantis War Room clip. We watched it briefly yesterday, and I had to, like, basically click away from it because it was so fucking stupid at the time. But I just need you to understand. The DeSantis War Room, is it real? Yes, of course it is. It's like, it's you know, it's like Trump War Room, MAGA War Room. They have a lot of these. These are packs. This is what they released.
I'd reverse what Biden's doing. You need to shut the border down. You should not be entertaining these asylum claims for people crossing illegally. You know, asylum is a legitimate thing, but these are people that when they come, I mean, they're being persecuted. These people coming overwhelmingly are.
The audio is dog shit. It's mostly footage of Elon Musk, which is weird. The audio sounds like a shitty Zoom call. Okay? Like, you didn't have someone in the room fucking miking you up and, like, actually, you know, you didn't have a backup audio? Like, what the fuck? You didn't... No, this is not a fan edit, chat. This is not a fan edit. This is literally... His team put this out.
Economic migrants that are coming across many other different countries. They should be applying for asylum there if they were, you know, truly qualifying for that, but they're not. They know that if they just show up at the southern border, and these are people all over the world that are coming illegally, they know that they will get a sheet.
What the fuck is that? He keeps talking about these are people coming across the border illegally, and then showing Elon Musk dancing like he came across illegally too. That is the audio from his announcement, Lamau. I know, man. I know. There's no music. They just put the audio from his announcement with like photos of Elon Musk dancing and shit. It's so fucking stupid. It is literally the worst thing I've ever seen a campaign put out.
They know that they will get a sheet of paper saying, okay, come back for a court date in 3 years, and they get released to the interior of our country. It's an absolutely insane system. So we'll stop that. We will move on day one by declaring a national emergency. We will construct a border wall. We will make sure we have remain in Mexico and that we're not entertaining those claims in that way. And we really need to hold the Mexican drug cartels accountable because they're facilitating a lot of this migration. They obviously make money off of it. They treat a lot of these people very horribly as they're trafficking them through Mexico and into the United States. And of course, the cartels have been responsible for moving massive amounts of fentanyl into this country. And that's killing tens of thousands of Americans every year now. And what they're doing is they lace the other types of drugs with the fentanyl. So you may have like a teenage kid doing something they probably shouldn't do, but in prior generations would not have.
Bro, it's so bad I can't even focus on the dumbass shit that he's saying. Like, is Elon Musk your vice president? Why is he so prominently featured? Why is he so prominently featured in this? What's happening? Why did you put Elon Musk in this video?
Fatal.
Why
and now
is he dancing?
It's laced with fentanyl. These kids can overdose and die. And so mothers are losing kids as a result of this fentanyl epidemic. And I just don't think you could allow these criminal organizations to continue poisoning our population. So it'll be a day one issue.
I feel like maybe they're like, are they, I don't know, are they Trump supporters or something in his team? And they're like imploding his fucking campaign from inside?
We will bring overwhelming amount of resources to deal with it. And we are going to stop this insanity once and for all.
Yeah. Someone in the chat said this, but like, it looks like Elon is bringing in a truckload of fentanyl and he's the undocumented immigrant here. Like, when you put this footage, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Dude, are they voting for DeSantis or Elon? Yeah, it literally feels like they just went in and made an AI video. Like, they just like asked ChatGPT to like cut footage together or something. Like one of those like weird AI things that all these fucking podcasters talk about. Yes, I've seen that a lot of people are just now finding out about the Matt Walsh plushie. We've known for a very long time. The Daily Wire shop sells what appears to be a naked Matt Walsh doll for your kids to play with. Yeah. We knew about this for a long ass fucking time. Talked about this before and how creepy it is and how weird it is. Matt Walsh actually put the baby. Matt Walsh actually hid the baby for a duration, which is why I thought maybe he heard us criticizing it. But no, I guess they were putting the baby in production. That's what they were doing. Oh, stop. He clearly has a diaper on. Oh, never mind. Keep up the good work, Coco. Look how many tears you've generated. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm going to say something. Oh, fucking Tim Waltz, Major L for Minnesota. Hold on. We'll get to that in a second. I'm going to say something that I've repeated time and time again. If your entire worldview revolves around thinking that you've owned the libs, then those libs own you, okay? Live your life. Be your own person. Have a backbone. Develop an understanding of the world that is independent from these supposed libs that you're owning, okay? You are the one who is owned if you think that if you do everything in accordance to what how liberals are going to receive you, then you're owned by them.
I am running for president of the United States to lead our great American comeback. Look, we know our country's going in the wrong direction. We see it with our eyes, and we feel it in our bones.
We begin this hour with Ron DeSantis' bid for the White House. The Florida governor officially launching his campaign for president. But the initial rollout wasn't so smooth.
That's right, Ainsley. Glitches on Twitter Spaces. The land of big announcement hosted by Elon Musk. DeSantis taking the technical difficulties in strides.
We had a huge audience. It was the biggest they'd ever had. It did break the Twitter space. And so we're really excited with the enthusiasm. But ultimately, it's about the future of our country.
But other presidential candidates seizing on the stumble. Former President Trump's campaign saying, quote, Ron, he actually said Rob DeSantis' botched campaign announcement is another example of why he is just not ready for the job. The stakes are too high, and the fight to save America is too critical to gamble on a first-timer who clearly is not ready for prime time. President Biden also taking a swipe at DeSantis, tweeting his re-election donation page with this caption. This link works.
Rob
Despite
DeSantis.
the shades, DeSantis has officially announced his campaign tour with his first stop set for Iowa next Tuesday. Keep in mind, he had a great interview and a 1 hour with Trey Gowdy at 8 p.m. last night. So